Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So there's been a lot of weird stuff happening in the debate spectrum online. My past few videos have been about that, and I thought I'd get a little bit deeper into something that's been happening with this. Regarding canceling and doxing and all these weird scary words. These words have changed a lot from my time on the internet. When I started, you know, my time on the internet, late 90s for me, doxing meant something completely different back then. Doxing then was, find someone's real name, find someone's real picture, um, post it in the IRC or wherever you are, for whatever reason that someone would do that. Usually it was just, anytime I experienced it in any of the groups that I was in back then, it was just because, this is what this person looks like. They usually didn't do anything wrong or bad or anything. It's just, we found this person, here you go. Now, admittedly, I was, this is when I was single digits, so I wasn't worried about losing a job or anything like that. And this was before what people would call social media now. So, like, there wasn't anything I was worried about. Like, you're not going to connect me anywhere back then. But nowadays, in the modern social media spectrum, most people use their full name and their face with the stuff they post anyway. If it's not their full name, they're easy to find. A lot of the times people link all their social medias together. So doxing is less now about the whole, someone's real name, someone's real picture, post it so people can see what they look like. And now it's getting full addresses, workplace information, phone numbers, real world info, and posting that out there for what most of the time seems like just harassment, whether it's in person or sending someone, mail, whatever it could be, trying to get someone fired. And that's where we've gotten into this new canceling. Canceling to me just seems like doxing with extra steps, because you're getting all this information on somebody, but now it's for a purpose. Now you're angry at them because something they said or something they did, and you feel like there should be action taken, whether it's them losing their job. Most of the time it's that, at least from the, I guess you could call it a stereotype of what people call canceling now. Losing your job, public speaking things, whatever. Usually whenever politician types talk about being canceled, it's, I lost a book deal or something like that because the mob canceled me. Most of the time, when it comes to these sort of cancellation things, I feel like a lot of the time it's just natural consequences. If someone is posting, very racially charged stuff online, and they're in their public life, they're, say they're selling books or something like that, and those two worlds aren't connected, I think that that's appropriate to show their online presence to the people who don't know about it, to say, hey, this is who you're supporting. I don't think there's an issue with that. Now, if you're trying to get somebody fired because of an out of context clip that you saw from them speaking or debating or something like that, that's a problem. It honestly seems like it's less about doing the right thing and, holding your morals, whatever, as much as it seems like they're just on the wrong team for you. So you have to do what you can to put them down. I heard someone say the other day that if it's less about doing the right thing and more about the wrong people being hurt, then you don't care about politics, you only care about sports. Which I agree with. That makes a lot of sense to me. You can have people on the other end of the aisle that make good points, and just because they wear a different color tie, or they like a different streamer, or whatever reason you could have to call somebody your enemy, just because of that one thing, that's not a good enough reason to say that they shouldn't be able to have a job. Now, with that in mind, there's always going to be stipulations, I would say, to something like that. Like I said, if you got someone who's being overtly racist in their online presence, yeah, I think it would be good to bring stuff like that to light. The same thing I would say if someone's being overly sexist. Yes, that should be brought to light. The other thing about someone just having a different opinion than you and you trying to get them canceled over something like that, there's a difference between having a difference of opinion and actively trying to slander somebody. For this most recent, dabble into the Twitch debate world, this Riley Rashawn and Doe going back and forth, there's a difference between sort of straw manning someone's argument about them being barefoot in public and you actively calling somebody a child predator. Those two things are different, and if you didn't know that. So if someone is actively slandering you, that you can do something about that. But if someone just insulted you, said they didn't like something you said, and that was it, leave it alone. Just let it go. Because those are two very different things. And I hope you can understand that. But let me know how you feel about it. I just don't think you should be trying to get people fired for... Getting someone fired over a mistake is fine if the mistake is steep enough. But I'm sure people will think differently about that. Let me know how you feel.